Hi, welcome to Math After Hours with Miss Austin. I'm Miss Austin, a licensed math teacher here to help you with all of your math questions. Today I am going to show you how to use elimination to solve a system of two equations. Elimination is sometimes called the addition method because the idea here is to add the two equations together to completely eliminate a variable. Now, what would happen if we added these two equations together right now? Well, nothing would cancel, so that doesn't really help us. So this is where we can multiply an equation by something to make it so that when we add them together, we would get a zero. When you're dealing with equations, as long as you multiply everything in the equation by the same number and keep it balanced, you're not going to change any of the values. So first, let's decide, do we want to get rid of x or do we want to get rid of y? Doesn't really matter which one you choose. I'm going to choose x. So I want to be able to add these two equations together and completely eliminate x. Well, if we look at the first equation, I'll label these 1 and 2. If we look at the first equation, what if this x right here was negative? Then when we added the equations together, the x's would go away. So what if we multiply the whole equation by -1? You need to do this to the left and the right-hand side in order to keep the equation balanced. Well, what would we end up with? We'd end up with on top a -x minus 2y equals -5. On bottom, I did not change the equation. Now what you're going to do is add the two equations together. And what happens? Your x's will go to 0, which is what we wanted. Then we have -2y plus y, which is -1y. And then we have -5 plus 3, which is -2. So we're about there. We just need to divide by -1 to get y completely by itself. So we find that y is 2. Now that we know y is 2, we need to find x. So what you would do is come back up here, and I would use one of your two original equations, whichever one you want, to find x. It doesn't matter which equation you pick. To me, I think equation 2 looks a little bit easier, but again, it doesn't really matter. So if I use the fact that x plus y is equal to 3, and y is 2, so that means x plus 2 equals 3. So subtracting 2 to the other side, x is 1. So the solution to this system is x equals 1, y equals 2. Okay, we're going to do one more example. I always thought these were fun. My friends would make fun of me because I was like, if I could just have a job where I do elimination all day, I would be happy. And they're like, you're so weird. And I'm like, probably, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and use elimination on the second set. Down here we have 3x plus y equals 7. And 4x plus 2y equals 16. So right now, if we add these two equations together, nothing happens, none of our variables go away. So, do you want to get rid of x? Or do you want to get rid of y? I'm going to choose to get rid of x again, only because it's a little bit easier to get rid of y, and I want to show you an example where you multiply both equations by something. So let's focus on getting rid of x. We have a 3x on top and a 4x on bottom. What is the smallest number that both 3 and 4 go into? 12. So 3 and 4 will both go into 12. That's the smallest thing. So if we could somehow get a 12 and a -12 to add together, that would go to 0. So I'm going to multiply this first equation, the whole thing, by 4. That's going to give me a positive 12x. The second equation, I'm going to multiply the whole thing by -3. Now you could have done -4 on top, +3 on bottom. As long as they're opposite signs and will add to 0, it doesn't matter. If I do that multiplication, on top that's 12x plus 4y equals 28. Remember, we need to multiply both sides of the equation by 4. The second equation will become -12x minus 6y equals -3 times 16 is -48. The next thing we do is add these two equations together, and just like we wanted, the x's go to 0. We have 4y minus 6y, which is -2y, and then 28 minus 48, which is -20. So if we divide both sides by -2, we get that y is equal to 10. So just like with the other system, we need to use one of our equations to now solve for x. You really have 4 equations to choose from. Your original 2 equations, and then the 2 equations where you multiplied by something. So our 2 new ones. So it just depends on which one you want to choose. It doesn't matter. All the equations will give you the same value for x. I'm going to go back to one of my original 2 equations, and I'm going to use this one right here. No reason really, I just want to. So this equation is 3x plus y equals 7. So I'm going to plug in that y is 10. That's 3x plus 10 equals 7. So subtracting 10 to the other side, that's 3x equals -3. Dividing by 3, x is equal to -1. So the solution to this system is x equals -1, y equals 10. And that is how you use elimination on a system of equations. Even if you didn't find it half as fun as me, hopefully you at least understand it now. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a video you would like me to make on a certain math topic, please comment it below and I will try to get to it. And please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I said that twice again. I always say that twice. Let me just do the ending again. Thank you for watching. Started with it again, Dad. Okay. What do I even want to say now?
Do you want to say thanks for watching again? Okay. Cut.
Ugh.